No worries.
Taco? Taco?
Say, hey, George. Talk to him, we won't throw stuff. You might get something thrown. I say, hey, George. Quick, quick. Over here on the left is one of our many boat building enterprises. This one does a lot of restoration work. This is where the Mutiny on the Bounty ship was built years ago. And that ship sank off the coast of North Carolina a couple of years back. With the captain and several other people went down with it. Men, be good to your wives, otherwise you'll end up like Gary over here. He's been serving hamburgers here at Doug's Doghouse. He's been in the doghouse for a good while. And if you're tired of paying a lot of utility bills for your big house, you might think about downsizing. These folks did so a long time ago before it was trendy. Over here on the left, behind the little picket fence, called Little House, one of the smallest houses. Drop off and pick up at these spots. Unless you're desperate and you want to flag me down, we'll try and stop pick you up if we can and traffic permits. This is the head of the walking bridge which takes you across the harbor. We're also right by the popcorn company where you can go in and get free samples of a whole host of different flavors of popcorn.
You lost already?
No, not yet.
Not
All
yet.
right, good.
Smell the popcorn cooking?
Delicious.
There are not a lot of chain stores here in the Boothbay region. A lot of family-owned businesses like Grover's Hardware over here. 3 generations in the same family, and their motto is, if they don't have it, you don't need it.
Good motto.
Really, what you have to do is drive 40 miles to Lowe's or Home Depot, so a lot of people stop right there. Up here on the left is our historic opera house. The building was built in the late 1800s. It was restored about 10 years ago. They do a great job of bringing in good entertainment 2 or 3 times a week. Nice 300-seat auditorium with a little balcony with the ground floor. 2 nice family-owned businesses been here a long time. Good place to eat, good place to stay too. If you're interested in boats, or especially model boats, right inside the dockside lobby area, they have about 50 museum quality models that are in there. They're anywhere from foot long to 5 feet long. They have a Titanic model in there. Pretty interesting boats. You might check it out.
I hear this one.
one where they have the blessing of the fleet. Boats will line up there in the springtime, and the ministers come out to meet with the community out in the spring. Great lobster storage was place a few years back. This is my place that got like a lobster family to eat out to the dock. But there was a lady there that she liked to come to Maine to gorge herself on lobsters. And she was doing that. She was into her fourth 1.5-pound lobster. And after she finished that lobster, I was interested in watching her pick up a pint-sized butter bowl that she'd been dipping that meat in, and she drank that. Got to make sure everything got coated with butter, I guess.
Yeah.
And over here on the left, Brown's Wharf, you'll see the giant fisherman that you may have heard about in Boothbay Harbor. That fisherman, what do you figure, how tall? About 100 feet. 100 feet tall is what a fisherman told me.
Oh!
Up here. I look smart. Ooh, nice.
Sorry? Okay. Do you want any ranch?
Why you don't fall? Sit down, Jack. You're happy. See you.
Enjoy the ride.
Off to our right, we're coming up on Burnt Island. And Burnt Island's about 5 acres in area. It's owned by the Department of Marine Resources and used for educational purposes. And out on Burnt Island is the Burnt Island Lighthouse, which is one of the oldest lighthouses in Maine. It was built in 1821. And even though it's one of the oldest lighthouses, it was one of the last lighthouses to be converted from manual operation to automatic operation. So nobody lives out and runs the lighthouse anymore. The island is open to the public. You can bring your own boat out there if you'd like, or paddle a kayak. Off to our right here, this looks like the mainland, but it's actually an island. This is Southport Island. It's the largest of the Boothbay region islands. It's about 7 miles long and only a couple of miles wide at its widest point. It is a mainly residential island. You can live out there year-round. You do need in order to sell, though. While they do have town water pipes out to them during the summer, and it gets shut off during the winter. So in order to stay out there, you need your own well. So we come to the end of Southport Island off to the right here. This is known as Cape. Open water. For a shark, you'll see that triangular shaped dorsal fin sticking up out of the water, but instead of staying straight up towards the sky like a shark's fin would, it'll be plopping back and forth on the surface. So there's all kinds of life we could see out here this afternoon, so we want to keep an eye out off in all directions. Remember, if you see anything of interest, make sure you shout it out or point it out. Don't just keep it to yourself. Remember, we are using that clock system. Should be out towards 9 o'clock now. They'll be back towards 8 o'clock as we keep traveling if they decide to come up again. This gets to be about 4 to 6 feet in length, and they weigh about 120 pounds. They like to live in the shallower, more coastal waters, like in and amongst the harbors and the islands, but they can be found as far out as about offshore, so we could see them throughout any point in time that are made out of. There's a seal in between the two great yellow lobster buoys out at 9 o'clock. This baleen is made out of keratin, the same thing that our fingernails and our hair is made out of, and it hangs down in sheets or plates from the upper jaw of the whale, and only from the upper jaw. There is no baleen along that lower jaw, and what it does is it acts sort of like a sieve.
It was just out there.
And they could pop up behind us or beside us or anywhere around us. See that nice tall crowd out at 12 o'clock? Fish and a seal off the left side. There's an ocean sunfish out towards 10 o'clock, and the seal is closer to us here at 9. Both whales are back off out at 2 o'clock. These are humpback whales.
That was a good one.
Gonna be out towards 3 o'clock. And you want to make sure you're holding on if you're standing up here. We are going to do some rocking and rolling. Coming up again.
There it is.
And we are going to open up the bow area downstairs. So if you'd like to go out onto the bow, you're more than welcome to do so. We do ask if you are out in that area coming up here at 3 o'clock. That you make sure you're holding on if you're standing up.
Oh, there's this whale tail. Here it comes, Katie.
There's
Oh, it's awesome. Oh, that's the baby. It's a mother and calf, she said.
Mother and the baby are headed in our direction.
Oh, let's feed them.
Here they come.
Coming to say hello to us.
Keep an eye out all around. They could pop back up anywhere around us. Since they were headed in our direction, they could definitely pop up on the other side of the boat if they wanted to. At 9, side by side.
Oh, that's beautiful.
These humpback whales get to be between 40 and 60. Coming up out towards 9 o'clock. Headed away from us out at 9 o'clock. A little bit of that tail.
Oh, there he goes, Sam.
If you listen when she's talking, she'll tell you what kind of sense
Yep.
just about each down.
Yep. We're moving all over the place.
What is that? Yeah, water.
down there at 2 o'clock.
I see him. I see him coming out of the water.
1:30.
The Boothbay white-sided dolphin.
Oh, there you go.
These are Atlantic white-sided dolphins out in front of us. The Atlantic white-sided dolphin gets to be between 8 and 10 feet in length.
Oh, look there.
Hold on to everything.
I want to keep an eye out. There were a couple of whales in the area as well. They could pop up anywhere around us.
Look at whole mess
It's
of
not unusual to see the white-sided dolphin hanging out with the whale species.
See him, Donna?
They feed on the same food.
Look, Donna.
Dolphins are out towards 2, 3 o'clock now.
Wow. Look how many there is. Oh my God.
Come back up
Hey,
and there's a lot of dolphins out towards 1 o'clock.
That's cool. It's hanging with the dolphins.
Whale coming up
We're
again.
getting close to the next one.
There's still a humpback whale. Here comes that tail.
Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it.
Good over this.
Oh, that's beautiful. Got it.
10 minutes.
Daisy.
They're back up out at 1 o'clock.
I can bring
One of the nice things about finding dolphins around the bigger baleen whales, when they start to get really active on the surface, it's usually when your whale's coming back up. Whales back up out at 3 o'clock. There's 2 of them up this time. So we've got 2 humpbacks and the pod of Atlantic white-sided.
Wow.
The humpbacks get to be between 40 and 60 feet in length, full grown. There's a little tail stop for you.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Make sure you're holding on if you're standing up.
sorry. It's okay.
Humpbacks are just hanging out on the surface.
Holy smokes, he was huge, George. Here he comes. Here comes the tail. Oh, it looks like there's 3.
Jeez.
Here comes that tail.
Oh,
And the second one.
Yeah. There he goes. See him? Aw. This one.
Is these humpbacks get their name from the little hump you see in front of their dorsal fin.
Just hang there.
Oh, there it is. Look at that. Nice. There you go.
There he is.
You can hear just how powerful that whale is out for its 3 o'clock.
Oh, why is he staying like that?
I see them so much there.
Here comes a little bit of the tail.
Ready to keep the station service there for a while.
One's come up. And just a quick press and going back down.
And then just say it again. They must have a
Must be some good food in the area since the dolphins are joining them as well. The dolphins' favorite food is sand. Goes back up out at 3 o'clock. Goes back up at 3 o'clock. Comes that tail. Going down on a dime. Dolphins still out and around between 2 and 3 o'clock. Are we have to start making our way back towards the dock? We're going to wait a couple of minutes here for them to come back up. That'll probably be our last look at these whales this afternoon. Whales should be coming up anytime here now. look at these whales this afternoon. Second one's up. Dolphins all around them. Make sure you're holding on if you're standing up. A little fluke rolling on its side. There's a pectoral fin. It's on its back now. Must notice at our last look at him this afternoon.
I know. It's like they're giving us a show.
Yep, planned it all out with them. You can see just how big those pectoral fins are. Tail from one's gone down on a dime. Second one's coming up. Oh, came back up. Comes that second tail. See the nice flattened out circular pattern on the surface of the water where the whales went down. It's known as a footprint. Early mariners used to believe it was an oil slick left behind from the whales, but that's just not true. It's just their sheer bodies. We're about 20 miles away. We still got a lot of water to cover before we get back in, so it doesn't mean that our whale watching is over. If we see anything out in front of us, we can slow down and take a look, but if we see our way back in on this gorgeous afternoon it's turned into for us here. Don't forget that our also a bunch of those northern gannets out here. You can see them all flying up over the surface of the water, and then they're dive bombing down on the fish coral. There's a bunch of dolphins out in front of us. We've only seen a handful of these pods of Atlantic white-sided dolphins this season, and we've come across 2 of them already today. There's also a seal out towards 1 o'clock. Dolphins are all out between 12 and over towards 10 o'clock. Got a seal here at 1 o'clock off the right side. All of these birds, you see the big ones are all those northern gannets. Dolphins are coming right over towards us. You can see those white sides. Those of you down on the bow are getting an excellent view of those. They're all over the place out here. Like I said, they're more social species. They're a lot more playful than the porpoise. Porpoise just kind of let us go right on by. These dolphins are coming over to check us out. Swimming right over towards the boat. You can see them under the water. You notice along the sides of them, they've got this white stripe and a yellow stripe. That's where they get their name from, Atlantic white-sided. Start to move here slowly. Sometimes these pods of dolphins will play along with us. They'll follow along in our wake, so make sure you're holding on if you're standing up. They're reaching up out of the water out at 9 o'clock. Got some calves out here. The Atlantic white-sideds have their calves in the month of July. So some of these real little ones are only a month old or so. Back behind the boat. They love to play in the wake behind the boats. Looks like some of them are headed in that direction. They're riding along the wake. You can see them surfing along the waves back out towards 8 o'clock. Got some tail slaps going on out here at 10. You can hear that tail slap. Playing back behind the wake here. This is one of the most playful pods of dolphins we've come across so far this season. That one got some air. Got a whole bunch of these greater shearwaters in the water here. Acrobatics out towards 10 o'clock. whole bunch of them out towards 9 o'clock. Riding along in the wake, you can see them underneath the surface of the water, the white sides reflecting in the sunlight. Nice and close to us, jumping out of the water. These guys are getting some air back there. Got a whole bunch headed in our direction out here at 11 o'clock. Gannets dive bombing out in the middle of them. All these birds flying out above us here off the left side. Those are all the northern gannets. Brown ones are juveniles. So here, but then we are going to have to leave our dolphin friends behind and start making our way back in the general direction of the dock. Under the water here, swimming along the side of the boat. They're all in our wake back behind us. They are putting on quite a show for us this afternoon. Sure are. Now we're just going to have to keep watching off the right side, but we are going to start heading back towards the dock. Have to watch them fade away into the distance. Keep an eye on our wake back behind us. There's a whole bunch still in the wake.
This is the worst one.
Fish's Waterfront Inn. Out in front is the Cod's Head Tavern. It's a new place that opened up this year. They're open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They've got barbecue-style food there. Captain Fish's Waterfront Inn is an excellent place to stay. If you do choose to stay there, you do get discounts on any of our cruises, including the Whale Watch and any of our nature cruises we offer on our sister ship, the Pink Lady 2. Then we've got the Lobster Dock, the Rocktide Inn, and the Boothbay Harbor Inn before you come to the footbridge that connects both sides of the harbor. So you can drive to the other side if you'd like, or if you'd like to take a stroll on this beautiful afternoon, you can walk across the footbridge. Now we are going to come back into the dock here shortly, so we just ask that you all remain where you are until my crewmate and I have gotten the boat fully tied up. The captain will give you the okay over the PA system for when it's all right to get off. We had an absolutely wonderful afternoon out on the water today. We got to see multiple humpback whales and 2 different pods of Atlantic white-sided dolphins. The one on the way back in was especially playful for us this afternoon. I hope you all enjoyed your